Hello children, I hope you are feeling happy and strong. Welcome to this special English hour where we will learn lots of new things and have lots of fun. Are you ready? Let's get started. Children, in our last session we did a fun tongue twister, and if you remember, I was not able to say it very fast. So today I would like to try once again. Do you remember the tongue twister? It was Betty bought some butter. I was not able to say it fast then. Let's give it a try once again. Betty bought some butter. Betty bought some butter. Betty bought some butter. Now I would like to try it once again but a little faster. Betty bought some butter. Betty bought some butter. Betty bought some butter. All right, I think I am going very well. Now I would like to say it even faster. Betty bought some butter. Betty bought some butter. Betty bought some butter. Betty bought some. Oops! I was still not able to say it fast. Were you? Let's start our day with something fun. And today I have fun facts for you. And these fun facts are about animals. Are you ready? Let's get started. The first animal that we will talk about is bear. Did you know that the Indian sun bears have the longest claws and the longest tongues amongst all the bears? My next fun fact is about dolphins. Did you know that the river dolphins that are found in the river Ganga are blind? Wasn't it an interesting fact? Let's move on to the next fun fact. This fun fact is about crocodiles. Did you know that crocodiles do not use their tongues? Their tongues are always inside of their mouth. Did you know this? Now we will talk about the Kashmiri red deer stag. This stag is very rare and it is only found in the highest number in Asia. My last fun fact is about the Indian flying bustard. This bird flies highest in the entire subcontinent. Can you guess why are we talking about these animals today? These animals are endangered species. Do you know what endangered species are? Endangered species are those animals whose numbers are decreasing day by day. If we don't protect these animals, they could disappear altogether, which is why it is very important to protect these animals. There are a lot of animals from the Indian subcontinent that are disappearing at a very fast rate. Some of these animals are the snow leopard, black buck, river dolphins, Kashmiri stag, and many more. It is very important that we protect these animals, and we can only do this by protecting our forests. Before we move to reading the story, let's learn some new words. These words will be seen in our story. So I would request you to make a note of these words in your notebooks. Grassland, grassland, grassland. Gulping, gulping, gulping. Resonating, resonating, resonating. swarm, swarm, swarm. Predators, predators, predators. I hope you remember these new words when we read the story. Now, let's read a story from our textbook. The name of the story is Autobiography of a Great Indian Bustard, and it is written by Dr. Pramod Patil. I would request you to please open page number 6 of your textbook. I will be reading this story and I would request you to point at each word as I read it. And if you don't have the textbook, listen to me carefully. Which is the heaviest flying bird in India? Well, friends, it's me, the Great Indian Bustard. I feel proud to be known as the Great Indian Bustard. I have more than 30 different names in various Indian languages. In Marathi, I am known as Maldhok or Whom. I can weigh up to 18 kilos and can stand up to 4 feet in height, reaching up to your shoulders or even higher. I have got a long white neck, brown wings, tall yellow legs, and a black cap on my head. My wife, Mrs. Bustard, is smaller and slimmer than I am, and her neck is not white. But I have heard humans say that we both look impressive. This lesson is called Autobiography of a Great Indian Bustard. Children, do you know what autobiography is? An autobiography is someone narrating their own story. Here, the Great Indian Bustard is narrating his story. In this paragraph, he is talking about the way he looks. The Great Indian Bustard is called Maldhok or Whom in Marathi. The Great Indian Bustard is also talking about his height and his weight. He weighs up to 18 kilos and his height is 4 feet. He also says that his wife, who is Mrs. Bustard, is not as tall but is small and slim. ये कहानी में ग्रेट इंडियन बस्टर्ड अपनी आत्मकथा बता रहा है। वो कहता है कि उसे मराठी में मलधोक और हूम कहा जाता है। मलधोक का वजन 18 किलो होता है और उसकी हाइट 4 फीट होती है। I live on grasslands and deserts along with my other friends, including chinkara, black buck and larks. I eat everything including snakes, lizards, small fruits and berries and all sorts of insects. That's a very healthy habit, but grasshoppers and beetles are my favorite food items. In this paragraph, the bustard is talking about where he lives and what he eats. He says that he lives on grasslands or desert. The bustard eats everything, but his favorite food items are grasshoppers and beetles. When it starts raining, we all gather at our favorite grasslands where there are no people to disturb us. I perform a wonderful dance by gulping air in the special feathery pouch attached below my neck. This pouch helps me to produce a resonating sound similar to the one produced by the cow. I dance in joy with puffed out feathers and cocked up tail and dropped down wings. It helps me to impress my soulmate. In this paragraph, the bustard is talking about his habitat. The bustard also talks about a feathery pouch which is below his neck. With the help of this pouch, he can create a sound which sounds like a cow. When the bustard is happy, he puffs out his feathers and drops down his wings. And this is how he tries to impress his soulmate. Do you know what a soulmate is? A soulmate is a special friend. So here, the great Indian bustard is trying to impress his special friend. इस पैराग्राफ में बस्टर्ड अपने हैबिटेट के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. अगर उन्हें अपने खास दोस्त को इम्प्रेस करना हो तो वो अपने पंख नीचे गिरा देते हैं. You know that we birds lay eggs and our young ones hatch out of eggs. Mother GIB lays just one egg directly on the ground. We don't believe in building nests, but we have a special trick to protect our eggs from predators. The egg looks like a stone. Monitor lizards, foxes, dogs, pigs, snakes, and eagles are enemies of my egg and chick. But my wife protects the egg from all of them. By the time our young ones hatches out of the egg, rains arrive. There is plenty of grass swarming with insects. Fresh food for my family. Young ones of other birds soon fly away from the nest. But a great Indian bustard mother and chick stay together for nearly 1 year. The chick learns many good habits from the mother. In this paragraph, the bustard is talking about his eggs and young ones. The mother great Indian bustard just lays one egg and she lays it directly on the ground, and they do not create special nets. To protect their eggs from predators, they have a trick. Their eggs look like a stone. This is how they are able to protect their eggs. Young ones of the bustards fly away from nest very soon, but the mother and the chick stay together for almost a year. And this is when the chick learns many good habits from the mother. You may have heard about a great human friend of ours, Dr. Salim Ali. He had even suggested that we should be given the status of the national bird of our country. But the honor went to our beautiful relative, the peacock. I am happy to tell you that I am the state bird of Rajasthan. We have got 10 sanctuaries for our protection, but sadly our numbers are still going down. We used to live in all parts of India, but slowly the growing population of man pushed us away from more than 90% of our home regions. We are afraid of hunters that kill us for fun. We also die due to electric power lines that we can't see while flying. We are losing our homes. Today, only the last 200 of us are left in the world. We need your support and love in order to survive. Can you help us? In this paragraph, the bustard is talking about the issues that they are facing right now. The bustard says that he is the state bird of Rajasthan, but in spite of this, they are facing a lot of problems. There was a time when bustards used to live in all parts of India. But because of growing population of man, more than 90% of bustards have lost their homes. There are also some hunters who kill these birds for fun. But because of man and man-made things like electric power lines, these birds cannot see when they are flying, because of which they are losing their homes. Today, there are only 200 of them left in the entire world, and they need our support in order to survive. You can write letters to your leaders and make an appeal to help us. You can make my drawing and submit it to your teacher. You can discuss this with your parents. Come to see us at a sanctuary, because now you will not see us in other places. And who knows, if humans don't help us, none of us will be left on the earth. You will only see us in pictures. In the last paragraph, the bustard is making an appeal to its readers. He is requesting us to write letters to help them so that they can be protected. He also says that we can discuss this with our parents and visit them in a sanctuary, because that is the only place where we might be able to see them. Now, let's do an activity. In this activity, you will see a few words on your screens. What you need to do is identify each word and place them as nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, and adjectives. Sounds easy? Let's give it a try. But before we try this activity, let's revise what these concepts are. Nouns are naming words. These words include names, places, animals, and things. Pronouns are words which are used instead of a noun. For example, he, she, it, they, and so on. Adjectives are words that describe a noun or a pronoun. For example, if I say Lata is a beautiful girl, the word beautiful will be an adjective because it is describing the word Lata, which is a noun. Verbs are action words like eating, dancing, singing, and so on. Adverbs describe verbs and adjectives. Now that you remember these concepts, let's try to solve this activity. Were you able to find all the answers? Let's have a look. The nouns are birds, friends, grasslands, and humans. The verbs are gather, protect, arrive, and helps. The adjectives are wonderful, healthy, and afraid. The adverbs are directly, together, and slowly. The pronouns are we, you, I, and us. Now, let's do another activity. In this activity, you will see a few words on your screens. In these words, you will find blank spaces. What you need to do is fill in these blank spaces to create proper words. For example, the first word looks like dash I G E dash N. What could this word be? It is pigeon. Pigeon. Does that sound easy now? Let's give it a try with other words. I hope you were able to fill in the blanks for other words as well. Let's have a look. The first answer is pigeon. The second answer is peacock. P-E-A-C-O-C-K. Peacock. The third answer is dove. D-O-V-E. The fourth answer is crane. C-R-A-N-E. Crane. The fifth answer is penguin. P-E-N-G-U-I-N. Penguin.
Children, let's do a quick activity now. On your screens, you will see a few words. What you have to do is identify whether these words are nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, or adjectives. The first word is bird, and bird is noun. The next word is wonderful, and wonderful is an adjective. The next word is friends. Friends is a noun. The next word is gather. Gather is a verb. Next word is humans. Humans is noun. The word after that is we. We is a pronoun. The next word is I. I is also a pronoun. The next word is healthy. Healthy is an adjective. The next word is grasslands. Grasslands is a noun. The next word is helps. Helps is a verb. The word after helps is directly. And directly is an adverb. The next word is protect. Protect is a verb. The next word is arrive. And arrive is also a verb. After that, we have together. Together is also an adverb. Next, we have away. Away is an adjective. After that, we have happy. Happy is an adjective. Next, we have slowly. Slowly is an adverb. Next, we have afraid. Afraid is an adjective. After that, we have you. You is a pronoun. Next, we have us. Us is also a pronoun. Children, I hope that you were able to guess all these words.
In today's session, we learned that the great Indian bustard is an endangered species. It is very important that we create awareness about this species. So today's homework is about the same. We will try to create awareness about this bird, and we will do that by creating a poster. So I would request you, for homework, create a poster where you are creating awareness about the great Indian bustard. I hope you had fun in today's session, and I will see you in our next session. Until then, take care and stay safe. Bye.